Hi friends, I'm just going to give a really raw, unplanned, spur of the moment video, particular intro here coming in at 13 seconds. Thank you so much for tuning in to Shelby Artist YouTube channel. It is great to have you here and I hope you're doing well. My name is Shelby and I am a college student and I am working on a bachelor's in environmental science degree. At the moment, currently have an associate in liberal arts. And the reason why I got on this degree path, well, I wanted a higher degree, so bachelor's, to get my foot into the door of an actual career and doing actual substantial work, not to minimize any other kind of work and say that it's not actual work or substantial work at all. Okay. When I was a child, I played outside in the dirt a lot alone, and I'm an earth sign also. I'm a taurus, and I love earth, and I wanted to have a career having to do with earth, science. I'm very curious person, ask a lot of questions, and that is actually a sign of intelligence, okay? So I wanted to be a paleontologist or an archaeologist to study the earth and explore the earth and things that I find. Now, with all of that being said, wrapping up my intro at 2 minutes here, the title of this video, I'm going to write questions about climate change. These are my notes, and the top of the notes says questions about climate change. So I'm going to go with that, okay? And I'm sure a lot of people do have questions about climate change. It's a big deal. It's a big word. And there's probably a lot that comes with it, right? So in this presentation, in this short video, I am going to share what I know so far as an environmental health science student. Okay. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns. As a student working on an environmental science degree, one of my past classes explained to me that carbon, probably a chemistry class, is one of the most abundant elements in our atmosphere, and it is actually needed. So there's like 3 most abundant elements in the atmosphere, and carbon is one of them. In fact, in the earlier ancient days of our atmosphere and our earth, carbon was the most abundant element, and it was even present in the atmosphere in a higher concentration than it is now. And people were healthier and people survived, and etc. The world that we have now came to be with a higher concentration of carbon in the atmosphere is what I'm saying. Okay. Carbon itself is not causing much of a problem. The problem is with carbon compounds, such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, etc., etc. Okay. So I am very perplexed as to why everyone is so focused on reducing carbon emissions for climate change activism, and instead of the more severe issues, which in my opinion would be like litter. Climate change is blamed on humans. Yes, I agree. And I'm going to reference my video that I filmed 2 years ago that actually started all of this climate change hype. Yeah. It's actually, it was being addressed actually for a long time in the political spectrum and in the media and etc. But the common people who weren't really educated about the topic, okay, were of course putting in their opinion, uneducated opinion, and you know, saying that it's not true, look outside, there's not much change, there's not much difference, this is normal, blah 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 blah. Again, uneducated opinions, and which was the mass of the narrative that swayed the collective consciousness about the topic. According to the website called periodictable.org, and it's spelled periodic-table.org, carbon is an element that has one type of atom with 6 protons and 6 electrons. It was one of the first elements known to humans from charcoal. It can exist in pure forms like diamonds and graphite, or combine with other elements to form over 10 million compounds. It is the basis for organic chemistry, as it occurs in all living organisms. Carbon is not bad. Carbon is actually very good. It is the foundation stone of the whole earth, basically. So, you know, I'm gonna move on to, I have 2 pages here, and that's it. I just finished my first page. I'm at 7 minutes now. I'm moving on to my second page. I use Quora a lot. It's basically the only social media that I use besides YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel where I share my videos and my thoughts, and I consider myself very much a topic starter, and also participator in the game of the videos. So Quora, www.quora.com, Quora, is a question and answer forum. You can ask any questions you want, and anyone in the world can give you an answer. Question: what are carbon emissions, and why are they a concern for the environment? Answer by Vishnus Answer, researcher, on March 27th, 2023. He writes, carbon emissions refer to the release of carbon dioxide, CO2, and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, primarily from the burning of fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and gas. Fossil fuels, I'm adding my input here right now, was a term that I brought up in my renewable energy video, which I will include for a link for you to watch at the end of this video. Fossil fuels are not renewable, and they are precious. They're fossils. Fossils are precious, just like with paleontology and archaeology. They are treasures. So we're using these treasures for our lifestyle, for gas, oil, etc. Did you know that plastic is made from oil, petroleum? This is why plastic is bad for the environment. It is also non-biodegradable. Okay, moving on. Vishnus Answer continues. Carbon emissions are a major concern for the environment because they contribute to global warming and climate change. When these gases accumulate in the atmosphere, they trap heat from the sun and cause the Earth's temperature to rise, leading to a range of impacts such as more frequent and severe weather events, rising sea levels, and ecological disruptions. The word ecosystem, I'm including my commentary here, means everything working together. An ecosystem is everything in the system is interdependent. Okay, so it includes living beings and non-living beings such as plants. So an ecosystem consists of plants, humans, animals, water, weather, which would be atmosphere, environment, etc., etc., etc. All of this is the ecosystem. They're all working together. I hope you understand. And if you don't or wish to learn more, you can, of course, do your own research and look it up. Moving on to Vishnus Mishra's answer. The increased concentration of carbon dioxide, CO2, in the atmosphere is also causing the oceans to become more acidic, which is harming marine life and disrupting ocean ecosystems. Additionally, carbon emissions contribute to air pollution, which can harm human health and the environment. So, adding my own commentary here. After every single paragraph I read you from Vishnus Mishra's answer, he has 4 paragraphs here, see? I add a little idea, 1 sentence of my own commentary. So, I went to college in Los Angeles County, California, on the West Coast. And I walked to school. And it was after I had a severe accident in my life, and my whole life after that severe accident that I survived miraculously, okay? Was a lot harder physically. Severe trauma to my body. So walking to school and back, pretty much on a daily basis, 5 days a week, in that environment, extremely heavy smog and air pollution in Los Angeles, almost as bad as it is in the country of China, which is the worst air pollution in the whole world. The air pollution in Los Angeles, where I lived, was so bad that the sky was brown. That's what we call smog, air pollution, from factories, from traffic, from cars, etc. So I was breathing in bad smelling air and polluted air. And I didn't want to live that way. I wanted to be healthy. I'm a very health conscious person, especially after this accident I had. Even more health conscious. Health is a priority. So I moved to the Midwest. I moved basically, you could say, across country to breathe cleaner, fresher, less polluted air. And I actually did that twice. Health. Breathing fresh air is a real foundation, okay, for your overall health. So, again, I'm wrapping up with the last sentence that brought on this tangent. Additionally, carbon emissions contribute to air pollution, he says, which can harm human health and the environment. So, this is why we're explaining about how we can lower our carbon footprint, is the term. Vishnu Mishra goes on to say, to address the issue of carbon emissions, efforts are underway. Good. To reduce the use of fossil fuels and transfer to renewable energy, which my video was about 2 years ago. I'm really excited for you to watch it. Sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower, water. Other strategies include improving energy efficiency, promoting sustainable transportation, and increasing the use of carbon capture and storage technologies to capture and store carbon emissions before they are released into the atmosphere. I hope you can tell how passionate I am about this. I mean, I'm so passionate about it that I completely gave up my other passion of being an art teacher to children, which I kind of regret not going down that path, but I'm also passionate about earth and environmental health. So I guess this is my secondary passion. And that's, you know, one reason why I'm taking this course in college and degree path. Okay, so I'm at 16 minutes and 45 seconds. I hope you're enjoying the video so far and following me and sharing with my passion and understanding what I'm explaining. So here are some suggestions, wrapping up at 17 minutes, to reduce your carbon footprint. So to answer your questions about climate change, how can I participate in the climate change effort as a civilian, regular citizen in my daily life? What can I do for the collective effort to heal Mother Earth? Here are some answers to lower your carbon footprint. Reusable shopping bags. This is something I do. I purchased, you know, a canvas big bag, and I take it with me when I go grocery shopping every time, and I put my groceries in it instead of using their plastic bags. I don't want to take a bunch of plastic bags home and accumulate more plastic bags than I need at home anyways. If you know what I mean. They're just going to go in the trash, and the trash is just going to go in the, you know, probably end up in the landfill, which is going to end up in the ocean. And we don't want that. That's litter. That's my biggest concern above carbon emissions. So the next suggestion after reusable shopping bags, turn lights off in rooms that are not occupied. This doesn't make sense to me. It was just in my, you know, something about electricity. The electricity that we have should be generated and produced with solar panels and hydropower and wind power. These are renewable, sustainable energy resources. And if you're not using electricity that is produced by sustainable, renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, and hydro, you might want to reduce your usage of it. One way you can do that turn lights off in rooms you're not in. That's one way. Refill plastic water bottles. I do this just because I'm very frugal with my finances. Instead of just drinking a water bottle once and throwing it in the trash and putting more plastic in the landfill, okay, that's big for me. I don't want to do that. I will reuse the water bottles as long as I can before it gets too dirty with my lipstick all over it. So I will use like a Brita filter, and I will put the purified water that I drink in my empty water bottle and just keep reusing the water bottle. Fourth suggestion, carpool or use public transportation, or don't have a car at all and just walk or ride your bike everywhere if you are working remotely and places you need to go to, such as the grocery store or whatever, are close enough. Or you could have, there's always the option of delivery for those things. Grocery stores do deliver, many of them, since the pandemic. Public transit, even if you do have a car, what if there's a subway or a bus, you know, whatever. Maybe if you need to go a far distance, like I have a friend who's leaving today to go a far distance, like 5 states over, and she's driving. So something she could do literally to save money and be more economic, take a train. You'll get there faster. You won't be personally liable. You'll save money on gas and hotels. I didn't tell her this because people in general don't like my unsolicited advice on really anything, even though I'm genuinely trying to help them. So, of course, I wish that she would know this and I could tell her this, but I don't wish to offend anyone either with doing that. So, I think it's a great idea. It's just these are all just suggestions, okay? How to reduce your carbon footprint: public transportation and carpooling. If you work with someone and you know them on a friendly enough level and you live in the same town, you know, carpool to work. Have the person walk to your house and you can both drive, etc. Okay, consolidate trips. This also has to do with transportation. Now, a real life example that came up yesterday, I wanted to go to the park. And then I wanted to also, I wanted to go to the park and film a video. This video, actually, I wanted to film at the park. And then come back home and then, you know, have lunch or something, and then go to the grocery store, and then go fill up my gas tank, and then go to all these different places I was going to do that day. But after taking these notes down, ways to reduce carbon footprint, consolidate trips. This was not my idea. I actually got this idea from a classmate. And I thought it was a great idea, so I included it in my list. So the way that I would consolidate my trips to reduce my carbon footprint is I would not go there and come back and then wait and go, because that would be 2 trips. To consolidate 2 trips into 1 trip, I would do what I needed to do at home, get that all taken care of, and then do everything in 1 trip. I think it would use less gas. I don't know. It's just a suggestion that I thought was good. My last suggestion I have on this list: plant trees. Trees cleanse the air. So the more trees, the cleaner air that you have. Okay. Wrapping up here at just below 25 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really happy that I got this done. I was planning it for a few days, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to include my video right now to reference for you to watch about that I filmed 2 years ago that started all of this climate change hype. I am giving myself credit for it, even though it started before I did it, but it really got hyped when I did it. the big catalyst was that video that I'm including right here, right now. Renewable energy sources. Thanks for watching. Peace.